Great
you
question.
so much. You have a question too? Would you like to come up here?
Yes, you have to come up.
You got it?
I'm making everybody come up today.
Aw.
Okay, so from kind of connecting both shows from the original series, Avatar: Last Airbender, what was y'all's favorite episode? If you don't know the episode name or like describe a scene or something, one of your favorite. Also, who's your favorite character from that? And I'm going to eliminate Iroh because that typically is everyone's favorite character.
Wait, in the first.
First Avatar: Last Airbender, book 1, 2, and 3.
Oh my gosh.
A complicated question. And then, sir, in the plaid shirt, you'll be next.
Yeah.
You're gonna
No, the first one, it was the pilot because I learned about it, and I'll never recreate that moment of him finding him in the ice and all that stuff. I'll never recreate that because I was like, so we booked I booked this job and I had never seen or heard anything about this world. I knew nothing about it, which I honestly think is good for an actor because you're not like making choices. You're just you get to be you in an audition. So I would just remember watching that, going, "This is fucking amazing. This show's fucking. I can't believe we're part of this. This is fucking awesome." So nothing will ever recreate that. So it was the pilot, I guess. Yeah.
I'm from Arizona, so I got to get into the cactus juice. And I don't know. It's funny. I would have said Azula because I worship Grey Lau. She's one of my best friends, and I just think she's amazing. And I love a strong female character, good or evil. So that was my answer. And then after season 4 for our show, it kind of became Toph because I had a personal connection in that way. So there's the two strong ladies. We'll split them down the middle. Not in a bisecting sort of way. Where they die and we study their bodies.
Hey, I love you too. Oh my God, we're having a love fest up here. Sir, would you come up here and do you want me to ask the question for you? Yeah, you can.
I just want to take a selfie with y'all.
That's later.
Okay, that's fine. But my question is, now you guys do voice acting and you also do film acting. Now that you do voice acting now, which do you prefer voice acting? Because you can wear whatever you want.
Yeah.
Now,
We talked a little bit about this yesterday.
I was Hilton sleeping.
Really? Okay. Fair. No, we were saying yesterday, they're just so different. I'm glad that I don't have to choose. But I do really love the magic of voiceover. I love watching something where it's not me, but it is me, but it's not me, but it is me. Like I just love seeing something, that I could never be in life. No one is ever going to cast me to be some of the things that I get to do in voiceover, and that is such a gift, And also, like I can just get old and my voice will stay the same. So there's a lot of reasons that voiceover is better. If someone said you have to choose one, I don't know what I would choose, but there's a lot of reasons that voiceover is better.
Yeah. I couldn't choose. I feel like it's nice to go back and forth, but I always feel like going to do voiceovers, especially with this, was like always like going on vacation and getting back with your family. We spent a lot of years together, and we would we go off on different jobs, and it was always like coming home, and it was like a lovely place. And I don't know, I always loved voice acting too because I was always embarrassed, I guess, of my voice as a kid. Because I always played sports with like these dudes, and they were always trying to like drop my voice and talk deeper. But my natural voice is literally like I sound like a 16-year-old boy. So they're just different worlds, and I have no other answer. Terrible answer.
Do you guys do hand gestures or anything while you guys are?
We do a lot. We stand up, we move around. But like Dave Faustino, who plays Mako, is like chill. Sitting, and I can't even believe he looks like he's like sleeping. There's so much emotion coming out of his mouth. It blows my mind. So
that's David Faustino. Now I have a question right here. Would you like to come up?
Sure.
And then we only have time for one more question after that.
I often ask people who work at, like for instance, at a stop and go or security guards, what is the craziest thing that you've like ever seen? And being part of Hollywood, I'm sure you've seen some like cuckoo things. So let me ask you this: what are the craziest things that you've seen in terms of your Hollywood careers that you can talk about? Or not?
I'm a hermit.
That's a tough question. Some of the things I think are are things that go unspoken. Unless you're me. In which case, I'll tell you everything.
Passing calls or things you've seen like that.
Oh my god, I
We
don't.
can't pick cosplay.
Yeah,
Oh, cosplay?
that all seems super normal to me now.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't
Is
make me
that
at
the
all.
weirdest thing when it's like,
Yeah.
the weird becomes normal?
Like I love, well that's one, this is not an answer, but I love being, having such a big part of my life now, being when I'm in a hotel lobby, the person who stands out to me is someone who's not dressed in a costume. Like I try to take a picture of that person because I really do. I'm like, what's that guy in jeans doing here? I love that. Like I love that that's a thing because that's not, you know, the way that community, this community and culture has grown. I don't want to say it's like the meek shall inherit the earth because these are not meek people. You are not meek people. I'm not out there meeting meek people, but people who have, who maybe don't feel like they fit in this sort of like homogenized culture that, you know, we live in, that you and I both try so hard to avoid,
Yes.
feels like important and it feels like something's happening. And I don't necessarily know what that is per se, but I know it's good and I know that it feels like it's an uprising of the people that I most believe in. You know, and with a lot of stuff kind of going to hell in our country, it makes me happy that there are so many places where people who who think differently and are strange and wonderful and have different ideas about what the world looks like and what it should look like are finding each other. I think that's really, really powerful, and I think that's not always been the case. So I'm excited to see what comes of it. You know, I'm excited to see what happens in 10 years and 20 years.
That's a great answer. That was a wonderful
That was
answer.
not an
That's
answer
not-
at all, I'm
okay,
so
perfect.
sorry, but.
If mine is not, it's not like I'm just gonna say what's crazy to me about this business as an actor is, so let's say we're in a movie or a TV show, whether I'm like out of town, a van picks me up, or if I'm in LA, the moment that van gets me or the moment I step on set as an actor, I'm now considered the dumbest person in the world. And let me explain that. There is a PA from that moment that follows me around that knows exactly where I am, what I'm doing at every second till the moment I walk off that set. So literally someone's like, PJ's walking, he's walking. I'm walking PJ. He's 10-100, PJ's peeing right now. And like and then there's like 30 other people that are on mics listening to everything I'm doing and know exactly where I am. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to survive outside of that world, but I do, and I show up, and then I'm the dumbest person in the world. And that only happened because some actor, like, fell asleep or went and got a cigarette and never came back, and that PA got yelled at, and then someone got yelled at. So actors then become the dumbest person in the world. It always blows my mind that I'm being followed
It is.
for, like, 14 hours.
All the time.
For 14 hours.
Is it creepy?
It's creepy. It's odd.
Not to mention, like, you never ever remember that you're wearing a microphone.
Oh, that's
I
terrible.
always forget. When they put a mic on you,
Talking shit.
I just like within an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I've
better
totally
grow out.
forgotten.
Yeah, you better grow out with the sound guy
Yeah.
because
Oh, for sure.
like, you
That's
better
the
be
person
your
to make
best
friends
friend,
with.
because he can hear you say some stuff that no
Yeah.
one else in the world should have heard.
Yeah.
You better delete that.
There's no reason I shouldn't have learned that lesson by now, and I still haven't.
Also, he controls what the director and everyone on set who has cans on is listening to. So if they don't shut off, like I've definitely been heard peeing like a lot.
That's sometimes I don't have time to like deal with it, and I just talk over my pee. I'm not even kidding. I'm like, hey, what's up, Bruce? I'm peeing right now. I'm peeing right now. You can hear me peeing right now.
That's amazing. That's wonderful. That's really good. But I remember I said some questionable stuff, I'm sure,
Oh, yeah.
about someone, you know, or director. The fucking director. I love him so much. Yeah, that's weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's right. You're being stalked and recorded and mic'd at the same time. That's crazy to me.
I want to take this one last question right here from
Get
our
up
Big
here.
Hero 6.
Get up here.
All right. So when doing like fully voice acting, voiceovers, all of those, how do you feel about doing like eating noises or like strange noises like that?
Yeah.
Great
question.
Really good one. My dad does sound.
Oh, there you go. Is he a good man? Is he trustworthy?
Yeah.
Is he a trustworthy man? We love him. I love your dad. I love your dad.
John, which is a VR company.
Oh, there you go.
That's great.
Tell him we love him and don't record us. Bad things. I like to eat real food if I can.
Yeah.
Like the noodle stuff. That I tried to like, if I could eat real food or. So I can't do it because I don't got real noodles.
Yeah, I like that stuff. I don't know if I'm good at it. I remember there's one when in the first season when Korra belches, I couldn't do it. I don't know how to do that on command. And by the way, I'm not a lady, so it's not like I'm like possibly. I was like, oh, you have to try so hard. So some people had to come in. I feel like Mike and Brian both came in and burped, and then one of the guys, one of the reporters did.
Yeah.
Totally. It was like a burp fest. And I was so ashamed. I really felt like
That's awesome. They all came in. They lined up.
Yeah.
They lined up and showed their prowess.
I was so ashamed. I was super ashamed. But yeah, I like that stuff. That's one of the cool things too about what we get to do is like, I don't know how anyone has an ego or isn't like humble about just not having, like, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And every day I feel like going to work, it pretty much proves that to myself.
Yeah.
So there's just no chance that I'm gonna be like, well, I'm very high and mighty, thank you very much. Like, I'm a dork, and no, it's great. I have no problem with it. But that's like when you do sounds like that, like you can't. There's no dignity in that. You know, it's like stupid. But that's what's so fun about it too, because you're being a kid. You know, you're just like, well, somebody wants me to make a farting noise. I guess I'm gonna do that. It's my job, so you know.
Paid to fart. I will fart. Yes. On cue. And command. And then feel shamed because I'm a bad farter. And have 9 other people line up and fart better than me. Because I have to stand next to them just in case a good fart comes.
That's our life. That's our life, everybody.
Life of an actor.
Life of a farter.
I'm sorry. We've been flirting with this cord like the whole time. This cord has been places I don't even think we should know. It's been some good places. So I want to say thank you to you, the audience. That was really wonderful questions. And thank you, of course, to